Greetings and welcome back to House of Abernathy. This week's video is coming from Leadville, Colorado. Sorry that I'm not surrounded by my normal nerd art, but we're going to make the best of it. So I'm going to start by talking about some key moments from episode 3, then we're going to break down episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Later in the video I'll share with you how they had to rework a major plot point in the series. Time for the intro. Roll it. I'm also going to have my first contest on the channel. The first person to comment all the movies that I use for in my intro will receive a special Falcon and the Winter Soldier prize. Good luck to you. So on to episode 3. Notice that Zemo grabs a purple mask out of one of his cars.
No intention to leave my work unfinished.
It resembles Thanos. Maybe that will be a way for him to intimidate the Avengers later on in the MCU. We're introduced to the city of Madripoor.
Superheroes cannot be allowed.
Now in the comics, this city has some tie-ins with Wolverine. The action scene with Sharon Carter was pretty epic. She was not playing around.
We've been grinding hard on the job. Can't take that from us.
I'm impressed with how they've been handling the female cast. Also, before Zemo shot Dr. Nagel, was anyone else trying to pay attention to him?
Nagel. How many vials did you make?
20.
What if he pocketed one of the super soldier serums without us seeing him? Lastly, the introduction of Ao with the Wakandan score got me so hyped.
Ring when you were gonna show up.
Black Panther has one of the best scores and soundtrack in the MCU. I mean, it won an Oscar for Best Score, thanks to Ludwig Göransson. Now let's dive into episode 4, starting with a touching opening between Ao and Bucky.
You're free.
You can just tell how relieved he is to be free of the Winter Soldier program. But Bucky only got to enjoy his freedom for a small period of time before the Battle of Wakanda happened in Infinity War. Zemo mentions about the desire to become a superhuman.
Anyone with that serum is inherently on that path. She will not stop. She will escalate until you kill her.
Sam had no interest in taking the serum.
Hypothetically, that is. Would you have taken it?
No.
Bucky got injected against his own will. Steve didn't know exactly what was going to happen to him. And John, well, he wanted it, but clearly that drove him insane. I like how Sam has sympathy and tries to understand where Carly's coming from.
It's because Carly is the only one fighting for them. She's not wrong.
Her beliefs aren't wrong, just the way that she's going about it is.
It wasn't just one community coming together, it was the entire world coming together. And then boom, just like that, it goes right back to the way it used to be.
I would be upset too if during the blip the world came together. But once everyone returns, everyone that survived the blip just gets kicked out. Or treated differently because now we have to figure out what we're going to do with the other half of society. As Walker's going down the street, notice that people are recording him on their phones.
You can start by telling us why you broke him out of prison.
He did that himself, technically.
Oh, this better be an unbelievable explanation.
He's in the public eye, so he needs to be careful with his actions. Wyatt Russell is doing some serious acting in this episode. If you watch him closely, you can see him tensing up and twitching.
What the hell?
Indicating that John Walker's starting to lose control. He becomes more unhinged after he finds one of the serums. Leading up to my favorite moment in the series, when the Dora Milaje show up. I mean, John really messed up by touching Ao. She's second in command of the Dora Milaje. What did he think was gonna happen?
We got off on the wrong foot.
Their teamwork is incredible. passing spears to each other and using the environment to their advantage. I heard rumors that Disney Plus might do a series based on the Dora Milaje. And after watching this fight, I would love to see more of them.
Looking strong, John!
Since this show has brought up racial topics, I'm gonna go ahead and say that John wasn't thrilled that a group of black women beat him.
They weren't even super soldiers.
Battlestar talks about how the serum makes a person more of themselves.
Power just makes a person more of themselves, right?
So did John start off as a bloodthirsty soldier? We don't know what happened in Iraq to give him enough praise to make him the new Captain America.
3 badges of excellence to make sure I never forget the worst day of my life.
As Walker's fighting the Flag Smashers, you can see him twitching more than before. It's because he injected himself with the super soldier serum. With it coursing through his veins, who knows how crazy he's about to get. Bucky uses some more of his insane knife skills. I wish he could give me a few lessons. Now in the comics, it's the murder of John Walker's parents that make him snap. But in the series, it's the death of his partner, Battlestar. With John being blinded by rage, he decides to hunt down Nico. Using his shield the same way Steve did against Tony during Civil War. But the difference is, Steve just destroyed Tony's power source, while John murdered someone in front of a crowd. People are recording what's going on. Similarly, how the police take the law into their own hands and it results in them murdering someone. It's revealed that the shield has blood on it, tainting what the shield really represents. This was a more serious episode as opposed to the beginning ones. I wonder how dark the series will get with only 2 episodes left. Since you're here, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you think John was right for killing Nico. Now, if you're a psycho like me and are obsessed with the MCU, you can tell that something about this series has been off. Like some of the talking points are just reaction shots.
Additional border regulations and fast-track the return to normalcy. The act of violence has also brought...
Also, remember in episode 2 when the Flag Smashers stole a bunch of vaccines? We haven't heard anything else about them. So I think this series had a darker tone, but because of COVID, they had to rework it. And I'm not talking about scheduling issues. I think the series had a virus storyline that was supposed to play out. The Power Broker could have released this virus onto the world, infecting Mama Danya.
Same goes for siblings, grandparents, cousins.
Resulting in the Flag Smashers to steal these vaccines from the Power Broker. Also, Madripoor is located off of South Asia.
I know where to begin.
So can you see how this could have been a problem for Disney? They made the decision to add some new lines and change the narrative of the story. With going into episode 5, we don't know who the Power Broker is yet. One outcome could be Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin from the Daredevil series. We know that it has to be someone business-oriented and be willing to kill people to get what they want. But I'm placing my money on it being the Mandarin. No, not the knockoff one from Iron Man 3. The actual leader of the 10 Rings. This could be a way for them to tie in Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings into the MCU. Also, in the comics, the Mandarin is a crime boss and he uses these 10 rings which have different alien tech. Each ring does something different, like shooting lightning and creating darkness, to name a few. My last question for this video is what's going to happen to John Walker after he murdered Nico in front of a crowd of people, showing no signs of resistance? Will the government strip him of his new title of Captain America? Or will he get off like nothing's happened? The rumors are episode 5 is going to be pretty crazy. We only have 2 episodes left in this series, so they better count. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.